Good morning, laddies. My name is Chaz, and welcome to the What If series that I always wanted to think about. Because after I watched Power Rangers and My Hero Academia characters, I decided to make this What If. So, it's what if Zuko was the Megazord, the they like basically if you don't know what Megazords are, the basically it takes the all one, two, three, four, five, all five creatures, fuse them together, or five or more fused together to make like this big boss monster. Sir. Sir. Yeah. So it's kinda dark. I made it like a little bit too dark. But I will lighten it up. So, let's begin. And Zuko has the power of he can turn his entire body into a Megazord. Like bigger than a because in this what if monsters that are like the from Power Rangers series is pretty big. I'm making them bigger than a city. Like buildings. Like 2 times as much. So let's begin. Of course in the world where heroes and villains have to who protect or they have to help each other take down this evil known as the monsters or aliens and pirates as they scavenge around like destroying buildings as as the it was after Zumi or no actually Zuko was born and then at age of 4 and I'm also adding Zumi so Zumi was 1 year old and Zuko was 4 years old and he got his quirk checked. He had a fire manipulation quirk. And but in his DNA, no one knew he actually has the Megazord that could take care of this infestation. Yeah. So, but his after they got home with Zumi, because Zuko is with them. Zumi, or actually, Inko and Asashi got killed. And Zuko, who was in tears as his heart broke, as it was now his job to watch his sister. He changed that kid's diaper. He did all that for his sister. And then but he still holds a grudge against the monsters. So now he's at 15. His sister's at 4. And so the quirk doctor, when Zuko was 11, the quirk doctor could tell that he had sadness, as he what's wrong, or asks him, as he says, my parents just got murdered by those stupid monsters. So the quirk doctor, reason why I have this over is because so when, of course, then the day came for Zumi to be at age of 4. Or actually so he asks his quirk doctor if it's okay with him that to bring Zumi on her like when she turns 4. Yeah. Just like how, okay? And you really did protect your brother or your sister so much. Yeah. So then he walks with Zumi on her to the age of 4. Or she was age of 4 now, and he's at like 15. And so, yeah. Then she got her quirk checked. She has fire manipulation too. Oh. And plus, Zuko's happy that his sister has the same quirk, so he can train her using it. So then basically now he's going to UA. He trained so hard. He learned how to combat. He learned how to use his fire manipulation powers. Or he learned everything. As in this alternate universe, Zuko did not get one for all. So, but Mirio did. That was a mistake. Because what could Mirio do to a monster that's bigger than the Mountain Lady's transformation? Oh, how about go right up its butt and make it explode from the insides? Yeah. So, yeah. So then, yeah. So Zuko joins UA. As Bakugo's parents and Bakugo loved and respected Zuko, but he know that he's mad because those people or those monsters killed his family. As Bakugo tries to cheer him up, and so, yeah. And every time he saw the 0 pointer robot, he pulls out his internal flames, aims punch, like how Fire Fist Ace is. Yeah, Fire Fist Ace turns into the turns into turns into a literal yeah. So he punches the Fire Fist or the 0 pointer, sending it backwards with Blaze. As he burns down the entire city, because how mad he is. Or it's a fake city, but he still burns it. As Bakugo runs up to him and hugs him. As they told him that he is in class 1A right now. As he Eraserhead, Eraserhead tells him, or tells Nezu, he must be the one that the pro heroes, or one of the pro heroes' his sons, or the pro hero Dahin. He's probably got haunted by it. Yes, I know. As Nezu says it. And everyone, even, and everyone, All Might could not believe that his best friend, that he known for his rest of his life, was dead, but his son, but that's how he felt when his parents, his All Might was so, can't believe that his own, or friend's son is still, has hatred for all the monsters. All the villains, and that, yeah. Him and Gotoga that joined UA. He became, when she saw how anger he could get to, she's like, man, I'm staying away from him. And so then the whole shenanigans. So he goes to, so I'm skipping the ball throw because he threw the ball so hard it landed in infinity because he's more focused now. Compared to what he was a couple weeks ago. So yeah, Zuko who was basically Zuko was pretty strong. He's a strong fighter. He doesn't. He focuses more on offense and defense. Yeah. So normally I just do switching it around. Oh, not Power Rangers, this one. So Zumi is that age right now. Because her brother's 15, she's now at age of 4. Or no, 5 actually. Yeah. So then, yeah. So then he actually. So during the Heroes versus Villains, Muscular versus Zuko. And yeah, it turns into a canon version of it, but Zuko still won. And because his power level, yeah, and Muscular in this What If respects Zuko as much as everyone else. He's right there with Bakugo and his parents. And yeah, the Bakugo who against Toga, and Toga asks Bakugo before they start battling why is your friend Zuko is always mad? Well, he doesn't want to commit it, but his family died, except for his little sister. You would have been angry too if someone murdered your entire family when you're only age of 4. Is it true, Zuko? As Zuko looks away, as he walks away, as Muscular stops him, yeah, because as he says, I know that, or then he turns, or no, he forced Zuko to turn as he hugs him. Hey? As he tells them that reason why he joins UA is to get his revenge on all those monsters and also protect the citizens from losing their loved ones. If I ever lose my own sister, I will make sure to end everything. As blood spewing out from his hands. And as As Muscular says, I know that I like more violence more than anyone, but please, how about as they treat him as family? Yeah, every single one of them treated him as like the brother. When they got home, they told their parents, and their parents were like has almost the same reaction as what Momo is in this picture. And they all see Zuko as a brother, like their own son. So they took care of him and his sister. Every single person. So then the day came where it was USJ. Hey. So then somehow the monsters, or actually when the pro heroes, or the students and two pro heroes shows up at USJ, and then they got ambushed by a monster, or let's say two monsters in their small form. As Zuko looks up and sees both of the, plus those monsters, both of them were both of them, between a wolf and a pig. And then all the minions, small minions, as Zuko, as the pro heroes, two of them, battled against the pig and the wolf. And they both defeated them. But then they became big. Because in this alternate timeline, monsters that are small, human-sized ones, becomes if they get defeated or beaten up, they become big. Like how Power Rangers from every season thing. So the USJ broke home, and Zuko, or everybody was terrified, but Zuko knew a way. So they all scrammed out as he stopped frozen, as his anger wakened his ability. As he activated his ability from his own anger. And so then he grew too, as they could not believe it. They are seeing Zuko growing and bust right through as his body starts, then there was new armor for him formed as he says, or he walks over to, or like walks over to the pig monster and the aim and the wolf one, and he, as the blade comes or from one side of his body, like the like a katana formed from his side, and like he pulls it out as he slices the pig monster first, as he turns his sights to, as he dodges the wolf's attacks, as he sliced right through with enough force, as he went on a rampage, as the monsters became big again, but Zuko, who slaughtered them all, making his city a lot more peaceful. So basically, Zuko went back to his average form as he gets knocked out. Or no, not knocked out, but he like fell asleep. As these students from UA and the pro heroes went in, and they went in and grabbed Zuko and hauled him back to the UA to get recovered by Recovery Girl. And the government saw this as the opportunity. And Zuko, who was ready to throw down with them, as the Endeavor saw this, everyone saw it. As they're like, this monster betrays the others. But how? As Bakugo cheers on Zuko, go ahead, Zuko. Beat him around. And boom, boom. So, All Might and All Might and All for One was watching TV, and they saw that. And the Quark Doctor was still alive, or is still alive. So then All for One went with All Might and he's sleeping. Let him regain his energy. Because I think what triggered him was actually before the fight thing, of course the wolf tells Zuko that our king killed your parents. And that triggered Zuko. And plus the soul of those monsters, like the came into his body. So basically, he is he took out, or they, so let's say he gained 3 extra lives. Like how Blackbeard was born with, he could eat multiple Del fruits. But I have a theory for that. After this, or after the, if I make this part 1 or part 2. Depends. So, yeah. Zuko ends up being a turkey. So, Zuko has 3 lives. Like, not like 3 personalities, but 3 souls. So if they destroy one, then the other 2 takes its place. So, yeah. So then the rumors spread around of there's a savior of Zuko Midoriya. But now it's almost time for like them taking a break, except for Zuko. Or actually, Zuko gets a break. But his hero name that they gave him is Megazord. Yeah, Megazord. They start calling him that. Because they and his sister comes to check on him. Everyone comes to check on him to see if he was still breathing. Yeah, yeah. His own, like, first was his sister, Esther, then Momo, then her family, then, yeah. Everyone was like, is happy that they have a savior. So even the, like, government and from all the way around the globe heard about these, what they found, and they ended up walking over. They literally walked over, or like drove over, and to see if the rumors are true. They thought it was fake. But then when Zuko, like when he woke up, he looks better than ever. And he's ready for round 2. So, during the last 2 weeks, was that he trained but he also goes out at daytime or nighttime to like patrol, and he saw monsters that are like went from other countries back to here. And then when they saw, or when all the presidents came in, they went from being a smart person, or they went from being like, oh no, it's end of the world, all hope is lost, and all that stuff, to go Zuko. As they, like, he slaughtered millions, trillions, billions of monsters. Yeah. Then, and so then the sports festival, Zuko was, or actually got sent to Nezu, and Nezu tells him that he'll be, like, in the, doing commentary stuff. And if any of the monsters shows up, we'll rely on you to take care of them, okay? Okay. So, basically I'll be commentating for it, right? Yes. So Zuko, who to everyone is called him Megazord. Or they called his secret identity, or they use his, like, Zuko name, but yeah. When he, like, so the music mic introduces Zuko to everyone. This is your symbol of peace. Like hopes and dreams are made of. Zuko Midoriya. Or by his hero name, Megazord. Thank you. Hey? I'm just here to be commentating, but if there's any monsters that appear in their big form or small, I will battle them. Okay? So, everyone and fights, and Bakugo wins. He gets first place, and Todoroki got second, followed by Dark Shadow, and yeah, the cannon, and of course, after the sports festival, or during the last part, a monster appears in his giant form, as Zuko runs out, as he gets angry, as he goes battles against the monster, and the monster could not be hit by his swords, but when Zuko uses his fist, like bam, 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 yeah, Zuko was powerhouse, so he's like Saitama. So one punch, the monster is no more. And then another soul came into his body. So that makes him 1.1. Yeah. Imagine how many zeros that would have to be. Yeah. Then the government from the entire world sees him as the symbol of hopes and dreams are made of. So no one could get. So he trained hard as the All Might trained him. Everyone trained him. Like, heck, Endeavor sees him as the, because he also had the same friend what All Might had, that fire breath. But when he saw what his friend's son had, man, he literally like, yep, this kid is now officially all of ours. As Musclear agreed, or like, actually, let's say Musclear, Herm says that he'll work with All Might, or Zuko, and then the dorms were implemented earlier, and of course they had for Zuko's bedroom, he had a bunk bed for him and his sister, because they all know that his sister might one day be in trouble by the monsters. So then, Zuko walks over as he to check, as people are swarming him, taking pictures of him, asking him for autographs, as he's a lot popular. As he does that, as everyone, as he like slips right out, because he's here to pick up his sister, and all the students, their jaws dropped when they heard that Zumi and his brother was the powerful, mighty Megazord. Hearn, he was, or she got overflowed with like, let's be friends. And some of them are like, some of the girls from her class even wants to date him. That's crazy, isn't it? It's just crazy where he went from he lost his parents to getting praised by everyone. Like, what just happened? It's like someone just hit him in the forehead and saying, yeah. So, yeah. Then Zuko, plus he was so popular and so buffed up, like, he went. So then he ended up going to his sister, or like after, to pick her up, and she's kind of embarrassed because her brother is now the symbol of hope and dreams. As everyone, I mean everyone from the entire world, fell in love with him. Yeah. His own sister is like embarrassed because she could not believe that her brother is that. And it didn't go to his head, but he's so focused on he picking her up and trained with her. So, yeah. So then even if there's always like a pro hero next to him to make sure that yeah, if to protect his sister thing or protect them. So then the king of the monsters, or those alien pirates, the king of them was like, alright, why is all my men dead? Sir, there's a guy named Zuko who defeated all of them. How is that possible? Our men are stronger than average people, average humans. And you're telling me that one single man beats all of our men and without any hesitation. Beam me down there. Any remaining monsters, beam down. Meet me at these coordinates. So, yeah. The king of the monsters was not very happy. And the part where they were like, oh, the monster. So, yeah. He, as a monster king, comes down with all of his goons. Zuko, who was like, alright. As everyone, the court doctor has belief in him. So he beats the Monster King in the human state and all the other monsters, or remaining monsters, should I say. And yeah, the Zuko kills Bahatzi, or no, not kills. I'm trying to think. The monster, the Monster King was the only one left. Or then they grew. Actually, all of them grew to. You little brat, you will die. As the blade catches, and Zuko transforms into a Megazord, and they start fighting again. All the other monsters got defeated, and of course, Zuko, who got tired out, as the Monster King says, "You're a weakling," as he stabs him in the chest. As they thought the hope or symbol of hope home was demolished, like got stabbed. But the Zuko, whom he converted all of his like those souls into energy, and he was laying there her with a hole in his chest. As he converted all that power, like the souls, into his body, like healed his body wound up. As his iron plate closed back up with his skin and all the way through. As he got back up on his feet, as he says, you think you won against me? Between us humans, we never back down from a challenge. No matter who you have to slay. We're all humans. We work together as a team. No matter if we're good or bad. And the end, and Ezuku says that Batman, or not Batman, the Zuko says that, and reason why my friends are still drawing their last breath, because I believe in them, like I believe in myself, like how they believe in me, I believe in them. That makes us unbreakable team. Now, perish. And Zuko used his finishing blow onto the monster's face. Or all the way to the core. Zuko grabs the core of the Monster King, destroys it. As a monster screams, "Ah, no!" Destroys the core. The monster dies. As Zuko's arm blown off. As Zuko falls home again. As he transforms back into his normal self. As he did it. As everyone is cheering. As he raised his fist up into the air. As he lay, or as he collapsed. Yeah. Then everyone, those like people that were like treating the injured, the court doctor saw him. He'll be alright. Zuko is strong enough to pull through. So, yeah. Then the canon version came along. All Might versus All for One. Kind. As All my pain, as Zuko whom interferes, as Zuko who's like, because after he's absorbed that the Monster King's soul, he converted it into rebuilding his arm back to, yeah, so then he absorbed it, or absorbed the All for One's attack and battles, and of course Zuko wins against and All for One. Everyone is like, or even Zuko or All Might says, that's why you got your official title of the symbol of hope and dreams. Yeah. So then, yeah. So then, the monsters keep appearing from that ship thing. Ezuku, who, when he was in the, when his arm gets rebuilt, or like, or let's say he, to stop the bleeding thing, and yeah. How are you feeling? As Court Doctor says, felt like I got, hey? As Mina, or I think Mina or MEI, May, Hat's girl, the one that, like, she calls all the projects her baby, one. Yeah, that one. Not from the support course. She ends up creating Zuko's new armor. Like the suit of armor for him to, like, freely move around. So then, yeah, Zuko knows that there's a simple thing. As he looks up at the monster, or as he tells because he knew that the Quark Doctor was also a scientist, as he says, how many Nomus do you have? I have a plan to use them. Okay, for what? Do you have any ones that survive out in space and, like, jets back? I don't know. But why? Because when I was in the coma, I saw this ship out in, like, over the Earth. I want, like, all of us, or one of us, or like all of us, to destroy it. Oh, I see. And please wait for part 2.